CzarThwomp here, and welcome to the 30th and final episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time, we obtained all of the remaining items in the game, so now, all that's left to do is head up to the Sky Temple. Let's go. You can now enter the Sky Temple. Yeah, and then the Ing, just while Samus was collecting the keys, they just put up a big metal door. So yeah, you get to see this animation whether you want to or not, just Samus jump scaring you as she just rushes through the lights. Okay, so anyways, yeah, just like in standard Aether, basically these reactors were pretty much the same. They were probably generating the light from all the other regions. So anyways, Sky Temple Energy Controller right from the get-go. We're not going to save the game, but we are going to... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll save the game. Just to be on the safe side, because if something happens during the final boss fight, we're going all the way back to before we got the screw attack. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. I do have to admit, though, the Ing have a nicer energy chamber than the Luminoth. Seriously, just this place has a sort of homely feel to it. Okay, and there it is. Object analysis complete. This is the core of the final Dark Energy Collector. The last collection of planetary energy lies within the core. When you place it within the energy transfer module for a return to Aether, this world will become heavily unstable. Final boss time, or rather, one of the final bosses. Emperor Ing Head, ruler of the Ing Horde. Target will form... Okay. What creature am I missing? Target will form numerous tentacles to defend itself. Eliminate them to weaken its defenses. Like its brother, and the Emperor Ing is a metamorph. It has molded itself around the precious energy controller and will defend it to the death, using its own body as a shield and a weapon. Destroy the tentacles it generates to weaken the creature and its defenses. Target is drawing energy from the unstable plant energy controller. Eliminating the target's connection to the energy may be an effective strategy. Bioscans indicate that this is the eldest, strongest Ing in the Horde, the Alpha and the Omega. It has absorbed enormous amounts of Phazon energy into its body, mutating itself in the process. Apparently this power is not enough for the creature, as it is now siphoning energy from the final energy controller. Well, that and it's trying to protect its world. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, you cannot spend a lot of time on the periphery of the arena, because basically, well, you got Phazon. Come on. Yeah, my personal opinion, this is the worst part of the Emperor Ing fight. Okay, come on. Emperor Eye, unstable Ing biomass. Central Eye is protected by a potent barrier shield. Shield does not provide complete coverage, however. The Emperor Ing has exposed its main eye, from which it can fire powerful energy beams. It is protected by a barrier shield, although not completely. The eye can be locked onto, but only direct shots will get past the shield. Oh, come on! There. Okay. Now, come on. Yeah, though, I mean, as much as as ruthless as the Ing are, though, you do have to admit that basically they do have, that Emperor Ing does have a right to fight in this case. I mean, basically, here the Ing are, basically, their world is on the verge of destruction, just like how the Luminoths was. I mean, if Umos was confronted by the Ing, you think he'd just be standing by? No, then again, Umos, he'd be selling them the energy. Just let me take my ship and get off the planet. Okay, come on. Okay, nice. Okay, one more round. Okay, for the second phase of this fight, you get this unavoidable cloud of gas. Emperor Ing Chrysalis, regenerating Ing ruler. Target's regen shelf. It's shelf they got from IKEA. Target's regen shelf. Target's regen shell is magnetically charged. 11 weak points have been detected. Target them with concussive blast to shower the regen shell. The heavily damaged Emperor Ing has entered a regenerative state inside a durable healing shell. Tactical sands have detected 11 weak points on the magnetically charged shell. Spider ball travel is possible on the shell surface. Damage the weak spots on the with explosives to crack the shell and expose the enemy within. Power bombs for this phase. Come on. Come on, let me on the show. Okay, come on. Let me on the shell. Let me... Stop boinking me! Okay, what other weak points are there? Aha, there it is. Okay, there we go. Now for the real fun. Mutated Emperor Ing, altered ruler of the Ing Horde. Further phase-on mutation of the Emperor Ing has occurred. The creature seems to only take damage when its heart is light or dark. Find a way to change its heart to one of these colors. Further exposure to phase-on has mutated the Emperor Ing. The creature's energized heart is unstable. Beams of opposite polarity can damage the heart. Overloading the heart with energy may cause it to exceed critical mass. So basically, for this phase, when the Emperor Ing is like this, hit it in the mouth, and then okay. Want to open your mouth? Yeah, the only thing are the leg just blocking you. Come on. Okay. Okay, another one down. Oh, come on. Ah. Go, one more round and we're all good. Hey, we have all these missiles, why not use them? And there we are. That is the power of the Annihilator beam right there. You don't even have to use charges, just fire it. Move, 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 move. This planet is going, this entire world is going to explode in a matter of minutes. Though, there's a reason why this timer is so long. It's not just, oh hey, you gotta get out of this world. No, 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 no. We're not out of the woods yet as far as fighting is concerned. And we still get the Samus rushing at the screen.
Hey, just because this world's gonna explode doesn't mean I can't go out in style.
Yeah, no words. Just final fight against Dark Samus. Dark Samus, supercharged with Phazon energy. Target's Phazon energy weaponry and defensive systems are at full power. Phazon exposure has rendered Dark Samus invisible to your Dark Visor. Basically, Echo Visor. Scans indicate that Dark Samus has absorbed tremendous levels of Phazon into her body. Too much, perhaps. She can vent Phazon energy in the form of destructive blasts and protective shields. Doing so will help her maintain stability. Exposure to Phazon has rendered her invisible to the Dark Visor. These new abilities, combined with her already formidable arsenal, place Dark Samus at the highest threat level. Yeah, and I really like how they really just emphasize the whole Dark Samus is Metroid Prime energy, you know? Anyways, though, like with Emperor-ing, like with Emperor-ing, though get away. The Annihilator Beam is arguably your best weapon. Okay, come on. Okay, when she gets like this. Dark Samus, unstable energy form. Target can generate shields. Wait. Okay. Dark Samus has temporarily become a being of pure yet unstable Phazon energy. She can generate a shield that is invulnerable to all attacks, save for one. Blast of Phazon energy itself. Use your charge beam to collect Phazon energy that she expels and fire it back at her. Direct hits will overload her and disrupt her essence. Come on. Come on. Getting a little nervous here. Okay, let's do this again. Thankfully that does a good amount of damage to her. Okay, at this point I think she's just gotta keep on launching these attacks. Okay, one more hit and we've beaten the game. And boom. Anyways, this game, words cannot describe just how much I love this game. It really is just a very solid title in the Metroid series, where if you like just the whole vibe of the Metroid series, but you also like just the general flow of a Legend of Zelda game, then you will absolutely love this game. However, this game does have its flaws. I'm not saying this is a perfect game. For one thing, just a lot of Aether can come off as a little samey, where basically just you go between Agon Waste, Torvis, and just the Fortress, and they all share very similar color schemes, where basically it's not like in Metroid Prime 1 where you have a large, a diverse series of locations, from the eeriness of the Phazon Mine to basically the lushness of the overworld to the ancient morose morose yet somehow upbeat ancient energy of the Chozo ruins. With this game, you have basically desert, swamp, and then you have tech fortress, and then basically with Dark Aether it's even less variety. And then there are some enemies that can basically throw you for a loop: the Dark Commandos, the Spider Guardian, and even the Boost Guardian if you're playing the original GameCube version. Not to mention basically just how repetitive the cutscenes going between the portals are. But if you put that aside, just this is a very solid game, and I love it. But one thing that I find funny though is that when I went into this playthrough, I did not think that Umos was gonna play as big a role in basically the commentary. I did not think that I would just constantly keep looping back to Umos. I thought that Umos was just gonna be one of those, he gives up missions, and that's all that's said and done. But yet Umos somehow becomes the Grand Master of Evil in the Metroid series, which it does actually make a little sense if you think about it, because for one thing, the fact that the Ing launched their final attack just as Samus arrived on the planet, basically. And mind you, Samus only arrived on this planet after the space pirates were chased down by a Galactic Federation ship. So basically, something's going on. Not to mention, the Ing only sent 6 troops on their final assault. Mind you, every other assault that the Ing do, they go excessive, basically. With all the other temples, they were excessive with it. But this one, their final assault, they weren't going to be excessive. And not to mention, they're possessing just weak creatures. Something's going on here. And not to mention, after this game, you think it's a coincidence that basically Samus just so happens to lose all of her gear that she acquired in this game, the boost ball, the spider ball, power bombs, things that she had going on to Aether. She somehow loses them for Metroid Prime 3. And the big thing, and the big connector as to what could potentially happen is Umos took Samus's abilities when he took back the light suit. Umos robbed Samus, and basically as soon as Samus leaves, giving her backhand wave as she just tosses this planet aside, Umos, is she gone? Okay, good. Okay, back to business. Umos dons the light suit. Now you're going to have to fight light Umos. Umos just starts blasting down the Luminoth, enslaves the planet, and Samus flies away from the planet. Just a dark cloud forms over as Umos absorbs all of the Luminoth, sends them to the Umos dimension. That's the hidden ending. You cut back and Umos is just walking out, clapping maniacally as he dons the light suit, just blasts a power blast and blasts an annihilator beam right at the screen. But really, just I have to say that just like I said, just this game, very solid bosses. I mean, you got the Amorbis, which just larger than life as a first major boss with epic music to match. Then you got the Chica, which, yeah, the Chica can come off as a little long in the first phase, but second phase, it starts to really ramp up. And then you get Quadraxis, which is just the chef's kiss. Yeah, thanks for telling me that I completed the game in half a day. Yes, we want to save the game. Okay, is it gonna just do the whole intro cutscene again? We're gonna loop back! We're gonna loop back! We're gonna do the entire playthrough again! Let's try to make it a little more efficient, shall we? We're gonna do it in 11 hours this time. We'll do it with in 28 episodes. Anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for this next episode of my new Let's Play, which will be uploaded on the day listed in the description of this video. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want with that. I'll see you next time. Bye.